Next up, we have Grito. Grito is the co-founder and executive director of Grito Latino Addison and has been fighting against racism and fascism her whole life. Please welcome Grito to the stage now.
I am the co-founder, executive director of Grito Latino Addison. We are a 501c4. We have dedicated ourselves to uplift the voice of all of our Latino speakers and Hispanic speakers in our families in Addison. But then we realized that it's not just about Addison, it's about all the communities, because we're all one family. It doesn't matter where we come from. And in the state of Illinois, you know, anybody that's a resident, that's family. We are family. One of our most critical areas of work is aftercare. Aftercare means responding immediately when someone is detained. It means supporting the families who suddenly lose stability overnight, families who may struggle to pay rent, secure childcare, access to transportation, or understand what happens next. It means helping families stay connected to their loved ones and advocating for basic needs, including access to communication and necessary medication. Our work has brought us to Broadview Detention Center since October, where we've been present to support families in real time. However, while doing this work, we have faced serious barriers. We have encountered the restrictions from the Broadview Police Department and the Illinois State Police that have limited our ability to approach the facility, to obtain information, and effectively support the families we serve. These barriers make it harder for us to advocate for families in detention, including ensuring they receive necessary medical care and medication. During peaceful advocacy efforts and protests in October, members of our organization have experienced enforcement actions that have interfered with our ability to exercise our First Amendment rights. My first time was when we were on Harvard side, when it was open to protest there. Now, if we're there, we get arrested, practicing our First Amendment right. Like, that makes sense. And when we were there, they had grabbed the man who was basically playing his guitar, and he was sitting on the barrier because there was a big bus of families in the bus, children handcuffed, being sent to God knows where. And we were all so emotional. We were all screaming, emotions were high. And so he put up his guitar to show the people on the bus, and it said, "Jesus loves you." And instead they grabbed his guitar and they grabbed him, 6 ISP officers, and they threw him to the ground and they arrested him. How is one supposed to peacefully stand there and be okay with the sight of seeing what's happening? It's what first inspired my second tattoo. There's always hope and there's always help. But how can we do that in order when we're facing barriers from law enforcement and our own governor every single day to provide that to the families? A second time was on March 28th during No King's Day. Members of our community were physically handled by officers in ways that resulted in injuries. Some of them cannot be here today because they're still recovering. These experiences have had a real and lasting impact on our community. What happened to the use of force? At the state level, we must also address the lack of meaningful support for aftercare efforts. Under the leadership of Governor J.B. Pritzker, more must be done. As the governor of Illinois, it is his responsibility to ensure that the systems in this state protect families, allow them access to medical care, and in addition, ensure that the systems uphold their rights that they have. Again, the Constitution protects everybody in the U.S. Do not create additional barriers for those already in crisis. And yet, our governor and our law enforcement are barriers in this country. J.B. Pritzker can take action. He can support aftercare. He can remove barriers. And he can take steps to stop the harm impacting families inside the Broadview Detention Center. We demand access. We demand the ability to support families without obstruction. We demand that individuals in detention receive necessary medication and medical care. We demand transparency so families are not left in the dark about their loved ones. And we need real accountability from the Broadview Police Department, the Illinois State Police, and the Office of Governor J.B. Pritzker. Because this work is about people, human beings. It's about the parent who is detained and the family left behind trying to survive. It's about children waiting for answers. It's about communities that deserve dignity, support, and to be heard. Grito Latino Addison will continue to show up. We will continue to advocate. We will continue to fight for our families. And we will not stop until aftercare is recognized as a necessity, not an afterthought. And until the barriers in front of our countries and our communities are removed. Because change is possible, because accountability is possible, because justice is possible. Por nuestra voz, por nuestra comunidad, por nuestro futuro, sí se puede. Say it with me.